Alright y'all, welcome back to Rolling Pin Recipes. Today we are going to make a sourdough loaf. I'm going to put my bowl on my scale. We got cold tap water. We need 375 grams. 348, 372, 376, perfect. Now we're gonna zero it. We need 105 grams of starter. This has risen, was about here. It had risen and fallen. Hopefully it will float. Oh yeah, perfect. We just need 30 or so more. It's really cold where we are, so my dough is taking decades to rise. Even in my warm places, which are the oven or usually the microwave. Get in there. Beautiful consistency. Leave a couple scrapings in there and I feed it and then put it in the fridge. Feed it a tiny bit. And then I need about 100 grams, 105 grams for a loaf. So I make sure I have about that much so I can make another loaf. We leave just a little bit in there. We'll feed that in a minute. We're going to combine these two before we add the flour. Pretty good. I keep mine in a big bucket and I'm almost out. I need it on the scale. 0. All right, hopefully this goes well, but I need 500 grams. A little high. 527. Perfect. We need bread flour. The kitchen smells incredible because I have a couple cooking projects going. It's so cold here, so nothing wants to do its thing when I want it to. Just combine this, rest for 30 minutes. This will be the first sourdough loaf in our new oven, which my family is very excited for. So far, everything has gone very well with this oven, cooking different things in it. It's awesome. One of the main reasons we got this oven. We love to cook. We always are cooking, and the oven in the small RV oven is just a little difficult. So for everyday cooking, it was a little difficult sometimes. I learned well some tips and tricks you need to do, but still wasn't perfect. And to achieve some things in cooking and baking, you need to cook at a high temp and then turn it down or do specific things, and that oven didn't allow for us to do that. Managed okay though, learned how to do it, precautions to take. Right now I'm just trying to get all of those dry bits of flour hydrated, incorporated. There's flies across the way and I had the door open for a little bit this morning without the screen, and now there's couple flies. I will have to fix that. Alright y'all, you got a shaggy dough. Pretty good. We're gonna let it sit for 30 minutes, then we're gonna add the salt, poke it in, and go from there. I'm just going to cover it with its own lid and set it in the warm microwave. Alright y'all, it's been a little over 30 minutes. I was taking care of some stuff. We're going to weigh out some salt in here. Hopefully this scale works right for me because I've been struggling with the salt. And we're actually just going to put it in a small bowl so I can figure it out if it's not working. Okay. So we're at 6, 8, 9, 10. It's supposed to be 10 and a half. 11, perfect. Alright, it's a lot of salt. We're done with the scale. Alright y'all, now just going to sprinkle this in there. Poke this in there. Couple little stretch and folds. It's very sticky and I didn't wet my hands. Beautiful. Alright y'all, now we want to put it on the counter I just cleaned up. That's just dough. I like to get some of the bits out of the bowl, and we're going to give this some tension. It's a little water here. Couple little push and pulls here. Nice tension on top. And my husband really loves that sour flavor, so we're going to try to ferment it a little longer. He loves this. This is his favorite kind of bread, and I like to make stuff homemade, and I wanted to learn something new, so we gave it a try. And this year it's going way better. So I gave it some tension. It kind of falls when I put it in there, but we're gonna cover this again, let it rest for an hour. All right, y'all. It's been almost an hour and a half. I need to take care of this. Looks awesome. We're gonna mist my counter. Give it a little spray down. I actually have a hard time with that because it just wants to slip inside everywhere. Alright y'all, now we're gonna just stretch this bad boy out as much as we can. My counter's changed a little bit with our new oven, so kind of just leaning over here a little bit. You want to stretch this sucker out as big as you can without ripping it. As I rip it, no biggie. Stretch it out. Big old sheet of dough. Beautiful. I washed my counter. Oh boy. Alright, got it stretched out pretty good. Gonna do 2 trifolds. 1. Stretch it pretty good. And 2. Now we just give her the tension. And all these will tuck in. Look at the structure, y'all. Get those sides tucked in good. Nice tension, and then we're gonna let it rise for a couple hours at least until it doubles, depending on your location and how warm your house is. Nice tension, pretty good. We're gonna place it back in our bowl gently and let it double. It'll probably level out and fill the bowl up, so it'll like flatten but be about here. Looks awesome. It'll probably just flatten out like this, stay the same height but expand flat and like fill the bowl. All right, I'm gonna set this in the warm spot, the microwave, and let it double. All right, y'all, it's been about 3.5 to 4 hours. It's risen quite a bit. Hopefully it's not overproofed, but it'll all work. It pulls away, and dip my finger in some water and it indents. I think it slowly comes back, maybe not. We're going to get it out of here and give it some tension. Come on, this thing. Beautiful. It smells sourdoughy already. It's very soft and fluffy. Okay, now the goal right now is to give it tension. So put it back into a ball. It's very soft, fluffy. I'm gonna have to get a little water. It doesn't stick a ton, but a little bit. Beautiful, really gorgeous, lots of air. All right, y'all, now we've got quite a bit of tension in there. It's a huge ball. We're gonna let it rest there for 20 minutes uncovered. All right, y'all, it's been 20 minutes uncovered. We're going to, that's just a little bit of bread that I'm trying to cut up right now. Gonna carefully stretch this out with that exposed side down. Crumbs were flying everywhere as I was trying to cut up an older loaf. Okay, stretch out carefully into a small square. Sides. Beautiful. Corners. It's a crumb. And flip it and give it tension. Feels beautiful. It's pretty tense. Taking my bowl, same bowl, we're gonna get this tense tight bit. Gonna kind of pinch the bottoms together. I usually give it more tension right before I put it into my Dutch oven when I'm ready to cook it, bake it. Now we have it in our bowl, and we're going to cold proof it for at least 12 hours. Cover and put it in the fridge. We're gonna try to get a little more tang and sour flavor. So I'm gonna try to keep it in the fridge longer. I'm gonna put the time and date on here. All right, y'all, it's been about 3 days almost since we have made this dough. It's massive. I'm gonna turn it out and give it some tension. Then we will flour score and bake. Try to give you all a shot. This is gonna be our first loaf in a regular oven, and our second loaf, hopefully first successful, in the Dutch oven. Now I'm trying to be careful, but also get it done. And hopefully all these bubbles are a very good sign. My dough always rises when it's in the fridge. I know people do this, but mine's just ripping. Let's see here. All right, y'all, we're just gonna do it. I'm gonna try to get it tension and even on my sheet now. We're gonna go with that, y'all. Got a lot of things happening in the kitchen right now. We're just gonna dust it with a little flour. My husband likes a little more sour, so that's why it's been in the fridge for a few days. Hopefully it goes well. We're gonna do a simple score here. Also, I don't really know what I'm doing, y'all, so let's do it. I'm gonna put my mittens on here because I don't want to have a catastrophe. All right, we're gonna take the Dutch oven out. It's been preheating at about 375 or so for a bit. Oh my goodness. We're gonna put this dough in there quick. Spray it while I'm putting the lid on. Oh my gosh, it just sprayed a bunch of crap on my dough. Whatever. Is what it is, y'all. Too late now. Get it in there, shut it, and hope for the best. All right, y'all. Hopefully it goes well. That lid smelled like peppers. So I think we baked that for like 20 minutes or so. All right, y'all. It's been about 20 minutes. It actually smells delicious. You can really smell the bread. I'm very excited. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm very excited. Push her back in. That's a nice rise too. Hopefully it's good. All right, y'all, my internal's at 207, so we need to get her out. Been definitely longer than 40 minutes. Hopefully it's good. Not too dark on the top, but it's a good color. And that junk that spilt on when I sprayed the top of the lid doesn't look like it made too big of a mess, so that's good. Don't touch anything, it's really hot. All right, I need to try to get it out. I can remove the thermometer. I like to put that because I want to make sure it's cooked. Now we're just gonna pull it out. Put the Dutch oven elsewhere. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, I have set it somewhere good and safe. Away from us and the dogs. Oh my goodness, not even barely burnt on the bottom. It roasts pretty decent. Got a cute tiny little ear, and you can kind of see my decoration. It's kind of on the bottom and top because I put one down the middle, so it's kind of an ear as well. They kind of busted, but this is cute. Check it out. Check it out, y'all. This thing has a mind of its own, apparently. Check it out. Cute. That's cute right there. Can see my design here and here, but this is also the back side. Cute little opening. My design is also down here. And my thermometer hole. It's okay. All right, y'all. And I feel like the flour doesn't even make that much of a difference. Maybe I don't put enough, but looks delicious. We've got some pretty good height, and now we have to wait at least an hour. Then we can cut into it. So good. Beautiful. All right, y'all. This is the loaf. It turned out kind of small, but not terrible. I don't think I should do the side score, just the top one this time. I was trying to make my cute little pattern and then slice down the whole thing, but I'll try not to do that next time. We're going to slice into it. It's slicing lovely and it looks good. That piece looks good at least. And it's cutting easy. This is awesome. Wow, now that don't look too bad. If I didn't have the towel there, y'all, that probably would have went in the crack. Cute. Looks pretty good. Now, I think this was in the fridge a little longer. I put it in the fridge. It was in there for almost 3 days. I baked it for probably about an hour or so. Looks beautiful. More bubbles. Still can't cut a bread, y'all. It's firm now, so we're not gonna get a squish on it, but it's nice. And the bottom, come on, y'all. Barely any color. Let's do it. Let's try one more. And it's cutting easier. Look at this. Given this knife is pretty good. The smaller teeth I like. It's still not a ton of bubbles, but also I want to try to not shape it right before baking, because I think that is popping all my bubbles. This is the first bread I baked in the Dutch oven and it looks incredible. Beautiful. Beautiful, y'all. We're gonna get some butter on them. All right, y'all, let's butter this bread up. It's the bread and butter, y'all. This little piece could have been a little thicker. This towel is brand new. Not brand new, but I just pulled it out of my clean towel drawer. So it's clean as can be. Just gonna butter up some bread for my family. Simple. And this one will also be enjoyed. Here we go, y'all. Bread and butter. Bon appetit. Losing it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate y'all for watching and joining me in my kitchen. Cute. Not perfect, but we're getting there, y'all. First bread in the Dutch oven. Success, y'all. Subscribe for more. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give this recipe and process a try if you like. It's very simple, very easy. Peace out, y'all. More to come. Stay tuned for some more delicious recipes. Have a great day.